Oh, that's it? Abrupt end to the music. Well, alright, if that means I have to get started. Hey folks, if it sounds like things are different, that the audio seems off, this is because it is. Spent a bit of this weekend rearranging the room, which also means rearranging the stream settable thing. So, hi, over here now. Get to see me in like a 3/4 profile. And I do think I do sound a bit echoey. Turns out that completely changing the orientation of everything kind of changes what exactly sounds bounce off of. Who would have guessed? I think part of it is that in rearranging the room, I've removed a bunch of things that probably acted as dampeners. So you got that kind of chamber bouncy effect going on. Another is, I used to face that way, and now I face this way. And that way is the external wall to the house. That is the outside over there. So it tends to be a thicker wall to keep the elements out. And here is the interior wall. So it's a lot thinner. You don't really care about protection for the elements, keeping the outside out or the inside in. So softer, more porous material. Probably doesn't help any. More hollow. So probably contributes more to an echoing effect instead of dampening. Which also means I'm a little bit self-conscious that maybe I'm more audible outside. Which means that for a good while, I'm gonna sound a bit off until I get this audio balance perfect. Gonna be a lot of test recordings going on through, hindsight tweaking. Like, I know Sun the Sky sounds a bit soft, despite people saying, oh, the trains are loud, I can't hear you over the trains. That's fine, because now it's way soft. Maybe me being softer, more echoey is a way to balance that out. But before I get started with Sun the Skies and continuing the Truth 1cc, there is something else that I want to preview. So let me hop over here, because there's a bit of something that I've been working on since last night. I've been wanting to do this since forever, since seeing it. And I was kind of planning this summer too. Like a summer of shmups.
Extra power.
This is only going to be a preview. Today's going to be for Sun Skies, but I want to kind of show what I have in the back burner. And this game is full on cool, right? This is like maximum coolness. It's a coolness that is way out of my league.
Go, check it, go.
I mean, just look at this. Look at the planets flying in for the background.
Go, check it, go.
But this is kind of a pain to get working,
Go, check it, go.
since this is an RPG Maker Dojin game. Hey, Crab Boy. Just in time for the preview. And so, part of it was it's a Japanese game. And so, when I downloaded it and tried to work it, there'd be constant errors. First, I didn't have the right runtime program for RPG Maker VX. I had no RTBs. So I had to find that. And then, because different Unicode characters.
Go, check it, go.
It's a preview, Crab Boy. It's a preview for something I want to do before I get into Sun the Skies. So I fixed that problem, right? I fixed the RTP. I changed my computer's internal thinking so it now thinks in Japanese. so it doesn't break files that it's trying to reference because they're not in proper English Unicode. It understands it now. But the trouble is, the final trouble remaining, as much as I want to play this game, it is a Japanese game and I can't read Japanese. And that's not too much of a problem, because that's mostly for the story elements, and this is a shoot 'em up. But I kind of want to know what's going on. It's a cool story, so, you know. What I could do is I could pull up Google Translate on my phone. And if I point the phone at the text, it kind of live translates it. 4-star, lore star, on the planet Unia, I managed to win the championship, Shakun. Except, it's not always the best machine translation, and it kind of bounces around as it tries to figure out what exactly is being said at an angle with his phone. So what I want to do is get a hooker. There are hookers for RPG Maker, but hookers are a whole new world to me. I don't know the first thing about hookers. I've seen them used for PC98 games primarily, and I know that they do have use outside PC98. But that's gonna get a fair bit of research on my end to figure out what hooker is right for me, and if hookers at all can work on this. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. I just want to show off just how cool this can be.
Go, check and go!
Also, if I don't hit for a while, I think it powers up my hits if I miss one. I mean, how cool is this? It's a shmup, right? But he's not actually shooting anything, he's literally throwing punches. Fighting Jomon heads and Jomon pottery statues in space. I missed. But yeah, how cool is that? What I want to someday get working. Once I find a proper hooker. But alright, back to Sunless Skies. Which we're all here for. Also, I'm back to this chair because the other chair is nicer on my back. It's worse on my lower half. And it squeaks a lot more. This chair, I can move around smoothly and you can't hear a thing. At least not as much. Where's my death counter? We're at 20 deaths, right? Technically 21, is it? Google.com so I can get my crew manifest up. Right. I got so confused looking at my docs page and seeing docs I looked at that aren't mine. Still counts as recent documents though. Where's my docs? Sheets. Crew manifest. Cool. Also, just for my own fun, I went ahead and... where is it? Sort of put too much effort into the crew manifest. On the left, the live manifest of who's alive and who's dead. So it's kind of the chronological order of who died. On the right, just for like fun, it's listed in the order of when they arrived. So you can kind of get a better sense of just how bloody it's been. Oh well, happy times. Maybe I won't have as many people die this time. But yeah, that was Extra Power, Star Resistance. Saw it play like a couple of years back, and it really hooked me because that game gets wild. It gets incredibly wild. And ever since I saw it, I knew I had to get in on it. Alright, so Friday. Left off at the home office, Abbott Horizon. Finally got my terror down to something manageable. Hey look, it's a gate. Like from Sunless Sea. Just floating up there in the sky. In the art. Cool. Got hours for sale. I got 2,400 sovereigns. What am I doing? Prospects are seeds to Mausoleum, but I have no seeds. T for Heracles. One more needed. And I think for the plot, what I need... I stopped by One of the Wolf, married off the princess, and now have a analytical princess, which is some poor soul who's wearing the skin, the sloughed off skin of the princess. Brought the devil over. The devil now needs 3 panes of glass to complete him, to assemble the evidence. And the feline eccentric, we gotta take your cats places to get rid of them. Rats are all done to the rat reunion now. Incautious driver wants to go all over Albion. Aunt needs a royal dispensation. Navigator, what do you need? I forget now. Navigator, journal. Vagabond wants Ackley's 2. Palmyre and Plenties, that's right. There's 2 things I need for the Magician of Palmyre and Plenties. And we need to go to the Royal Society. Royal Society. Feels okay. This is mostly gonna just be chill sailing day. We got Great Ace Attorney releasing in 2 weeks, 2 Fridays from now. So, kind of in a position to start new things. Glass for me. I could recover panes of glass, but it's 61%. Will gain terror. 88% chance. 37 nightmares. Maybe I won't stop by. Alright, level 15. What am I gonna get? Much of the same stuff as before. I think these are all the same ones from before. It's all the ones I rejected already. They still refuse to give me any new stuff. August Avenues, My Club, A Mentor, Long Arm of the Law, Haunted. Your club is kind of new because that requires establishment 2 or more. Do I have establishment officers being used? You're Bohemia. 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 Lots of Bohemia. 2 establishment. What's my establishment's now? Ooh. This is what I was wondering. Remember what I said last week? That you can't save scum the facets you get on level up. But there are some facets that you only get because of reputation, right? So what if you were to unlock a reputation facet and then lose that reputation? At this point, because the game really hates fun when it comes to facets, my assumption is that if you remove the officer that gives the facet for reputation, that you still keep the facet. Or no, it does change. What's this one? Secret Symposium for academic 2 or more. Okay, see, that's interesting. That's one way you can save scum. Because all of these, I've been avoiding them all for the past... Wait, no, that changed too, the Black Sheep. Okay, alright, so there is some minor scumming possible if you change your reputation. The reputation one re-rolls, and I guess that one did too. Because that was a haunting on the right. There is room to manipulate these. Because bear in mind so far, there have been 0 new facets from the Sovereign update. They've all been the same old ones as before. And they've been pushing the exact same ones for like the last 5 or 7 levels. Forcing you to make the same boring captain every single time. I don't know why. I mean, really, what is the point of giving like 20 new facets and then denying you the chance to choose them all? I don't get it. That's the one backwards thing with this entire update. How are nightmares for me? Nightmares are at 1. Maybe I'll take the Secret Symposium? In a midnight lecture hall, a cadre of masked experts gathered to present papers that a subject the ministry had forbidden. Prohibited theories were shared, research partners born. You continue to correspond in code on the matters debated. What was the topic of the symposium? A forensic assessment of the sun's remains? Following London's relocation, the new astronomy became a crucial, well-thought-out discipline. But the fate and physiology of Albion's dead sun are strictly barred from study, and that would fit with the themes of the Truth Ambition. Condemned classics for a different captain, not maybe this one. Or do I want to be a black sheep? Which is also pretty cool. Nah. Take the different one. Forensic assessment of the sun's remains. And then back to hearts and mirrors. I do need the hearts. Sorry, feline eccentric. If anybody else wants to give me hearts, then by all means. Your mirrors. Irons. Okay, so first things first, back to London then. Home Bureau on the east. I'm so used to being on north side. Not good at full steam, because I don't know what's peering out from the darkness. Which is fine. With the Decithin, you're already faster by like 25% even if you don't full steam ahead. How's that Rising Terror? 42%, but it's not too bad right now. Since down to 0 nightmares anyway. Maybe what I should do, Panes of Glass, 46% chance success. Is stop by Woolbury first. Woolbury sometimes sells Panes of Glass, but they're also a good way of reducing your terrors. They got fuel and food there too, so if I need resupply, Woolbury's it. Also, with this rearrangement, actually facing the game now, even on stream. That rock was an egg. Dinabit has in its curator eggs. Better engine now. Top end weapon, since it refused to give a reclaimed mangonel. So might as well just hunt anything and solve the danger. Mr. Woolbury. Sanctuary. For a couple of more, what is it, crew? Nah. Just give me a small terror job for free. Cage catches. Everything in the Blue Kingdom was asking for cage catches. Nobody wants Immaculate Souls. Am going to need some cage catches though for Mr. Penny's, was it? Mr. Menagerie, right. Mr. Menagerie. Wants a cage catch for Spatchcocker Meg. Woolbury Juxtamare. How many permits do I have? 11. I'm gonna have even more permits now that dreadnoughts are easy to hunt. Crockery. Crockery, is it an opportunity? Crockery is a mockery. Verdant Fragment. Found it. The driver sniffs at the air for any hint of loose verdant spores, dragged in by passing travelers. I can taste something. A fear. Not death, but the loss of something important. The fragment doesn't want to return. It doesn't want to give up what has become. They close their eyes, focusing. I can taste its design as well. Its host knew of a place called Hostrup Deep, a desolate corner of the sky. It meant to hide there. The deep will be hard to find. When we're close, we'll need to use our scout. West-southwest of London. Typically, that deep is about where the Clockwork Sun is. So west-southwest would be there. So here-ish. But for that, you are going to need munitions and a whole bunch of irons, I think it is. Donkey ride. You enjoy a pleasant donkey ride along the shore. The rolling motion of the beast's 4 unequal legs is soothing, and the complimentary earplugs block out all but the most shrill hunting screams. You return to the paddock of nervous customers intact, and only moderately traumatized. Terror down to 23%. And that's it for now. Away we go. So maybe what I'll do is I've also got to go to the Royal Society. So resupply in London, then Royal Society, then Clockwork Sun, and Holsop Deep. Oh, who's that? I see a pinata. A juicy little pinata. Any more permits for me? 9 nameplates. Gossip. How much gossip do I have? I have 6 gossip. Alright, chart. Need 2. Need 1. Just a chart then. Because I am really low on charts this run. There, right, and E is left. I'm gonna see if there's a few juicy Dreadnoughts to hunt before going back to St. Dominic's. Oh, wrong way entirely. It's alright. Fills up more than map, doesn't it? just now discovered the Crown and Misery Yards. The same Crown and Misery Yards I've walked to how many times already? Is there nobody? I'm not seeing anyone around here that I can blow up. Oh well. Maybe on the way out. Prospects. Fireworks for Parliament. Gemstones. I don't have gemstones though, do I? No, I got like 3, but that's it. 4, sorry. And they want how many in Parliament? Or at the Mausoleum? 5? I'll hold off on it. 3 guns for Parliament. Parliament's so far out of the way. Wait on this one. We'll wait on it. Only 930 things. Also gonna buy myself. Kinda wanting... Was it cupboards? Or the ratty baggage handlers? Is Vale's 45, so I can't use it. Cupboards? Is 1500. For only +7 hold. Where's the mausoleum again? Northeast-ish? Northeast? Guess we could stop there first, maybe. Drop off some gemstones, then come back around to the Royal Society. Because I do need money. That is an inescapable truth. Wait, didn't bring... What's the point of going to the mausoleum if I haven't brought things to sell to the mausoleum? It's early. It's only 10:39. My logistical half of my brain hasn't woken up yet. Anything else I need doing in here before I leave? Nothing here. Royal dispensation. Haven't got one. What I could do, you could get a royal dispensation, but like what, 16 favor with the ministry? I'm pretty sure. Though I'm half certain to also get one from Brabazon, if you take the time and effort for that. Let me stop by first and see. Public decency. Permits, benefactor, purduance, royal dispensation is 16 gratitude. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots on the map. So 2 circuits around Albion would give enough for a royal dispensation. Could. Royal Horological Office, new assignment. Ledbetter and Stainrod. Nothing here. Raveling Jack, so I could actually interact with the Gloves of Raveling Time. Charter cargo, charter cargo. Need money. Chart anyway. North route looks quicker. Got excited for a second, seeing the embers fly in. Thinking more enemies to pop and blow up and loot. Not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping to avoid using the Wrath of Heavens for as long as possible because it is really OP. But they really left me no choice. The goal was to grab a reclaimed Marauder Mangonel ASAP. But despite plowing through how many hundreds of Marauders, none of them carried any Mangonel with them. So this was game's choice. It was a game's choice to go from the Jerusalem gun to the top end Wrath of Heaven. With no in between. Three fuel. Or treasures. Fuel or treasure. Fuel equates to what? It's 20 each? So 60 sovereigns? Or maybe hundreds? Permits. And strength of the sun is 0. You know, technically, because the station is on the south part of the mausoleum, that makes it South Kennington Station. Okay, you want casks of Navartine gemstones. 3,000. Cool. So I can get the ready baggers if I had the stats for it. What's my current veils anyway? 31. And 9 to get all the way across. Anything else in the mausoleum itself for me? Could inter my aunt. Inform the engraved mourner of the Chamberlain's fate. The mourner's tone is grim. Yes, we knew. The Chamberlain was always preoccupied by the deepest vaults. Too many visitors have gone down there and come back with strange ideas in their heads. He hands you a sheaf of documents. Master from his office, with his notes. They may prove useful. I'm giving them to you because the alternative is to burn them. As you turn to leave, he raises a polished finger. Before you go, a warning. Fortunately for you, you have not been chosen to seek the cup. But you should ensure that the journal is destroyed. It can only lead others astray. Port report. And that's it. So let's see. if I hook out from here, then would it be a straight shot to the society? Kinda, maybe. This should be an island and not a wall. Except maybe not, because bit of wall visible there. So maybe around by way of the remedial school. More pinatas. Big, juicy, tick-like pinatas. Gonna be all cargo now. 65 sovereigns. Oh well. At least that does make up the cost of fuel. Hey Robbie, where is the Death XL, the crew chart? Right over here. And now should be safe. Well, hopefully it shouldn't need too many updating today, because the last time was a bloodbath, and I'm kind of hoping it doesn't get that bad this time. You know, it's tempted to stop by the work world. Trying to weigh my options here. Because finishing the work world isn't too difficult, you just gotta go through the tour a couple of times. And then feed materials to the workers until the revolution starts. Then royal dispensation. Then aunt can chew out the queen. Right, Storm that speaks. Forgot it sometimes sits here. Well, that counts as a crash when you fly into him. That took off some damage. I thought it only pulls you out of full steam mode because difference in pressure maybe. But no, that's straight up a hit. And I will find out if this is a wall or an archipelago. Vision of heaven. Position on crew. Fuel. We'll get visions. Sky stories are so common, got like 50 of them now. Oh, it is a break. Cool. And here I thought I'd have to go in the long way. So Alm's World, Royal Society, is going to have both the Bathysphere and Mr. Menagerie. Also, do let me know if anything sounds too odd, since I did rearrange the room completely and have noticed some change in the audio setup. It's an ongoing process to try to tweak it perfectly, and there never is any perfect. But sometimes fresh perseveres help. Oh, just a Tackety scout way out here. Not gonna attack my fellow Tacketies. Tackety's just here to get some collagen, that's all. Wait, Robbie, does that mean that you were the anonymous sheep last time. This time is who? Oh, it doesn't show me who's up. Wait, hold on. Anonymous Dragon. You got dragon status today, Robbie. Not where we thought you were. Cause field in time or press on. 56% chance success. Waste, are you really gonna take more crew from me? Just field in time then. Already at the Royal Society. 30 November 1906 to 3rd December. Just 4 days lost then. Mr. Menagerie. Just sell me a story. Mr. Menagerie gestures to the Orm's world, out beyond the cozy confines of the Royal Society. Old ground, hunting ground, when wings spread free and soared, and we were indigo in tooth and claw. Are those teeth you can see below the hood? When the skies were young, when we were young, our bargains were savage, our hunts were sacred. We lifted all wings, our appetites naked. All gone now, things change, time takes all. And now, Mr. Menagerie, you've gone forth too. The throne of the Hour King. That'd be London, wouldn't it? With the throne of hours. A short-sighted professor. Will reduce terror depending on success or volunteer the crew member. Newest test subject, hurry up. Always at least one standing around, not doing anything. There's no risk to your crew. Your chosen crew member returns to the engines with a startled expression and a slight limp. What happened? They try to explain. Occasionally, their explanation shifts into Flemish, a language that, until today, they did not speak. Okay, for the fun of it, who became the science experiment? Where's my dice roller? "12 crew up, right? 12 crew out of 14. So ID 12. Crew member number 9 became the science experiment. And 9 is din, not dinner. Alright, so Bazaar, you got books, but I haven't got cash. Munitions. Maybe I'll take an extra munition. Or 2. "10 fuel, 4 supplies. Should last me from the Clockwork Sun back to London." Hold on. If I do want to get royal dispensation by way of ministry gratitude, then I am going to need all the port reports I can get. Where's the port report? Royal Society? And away we go. Wait, no, go back. I keep forgetting. Because I wasn't just here for Mr. Menagerie and the fuel up. I was also here for the Portsmouth House. Inquire after the plucky Baroness's commission, and deliver the chunk of research, material, and helpful suggestions she provided. This is a singularly challenging commission, the energetic mechanic picks through the contents of the trunk. I suppose some of this might come in useful, but the conditions the device is supposed to endure are extreme, and whoever is going to be inside it doesn't want us to get this wrong. They scratch their head. The sigils of the diving suit shimmer. Any further assistance you can provide would be greatly appreciated. Plus 3 experimental modifications. And we need how many to complete? 10. Okay. Modifications by 5 have 3 in all. By 2 have 15. Alright, give her 7 artifacts. I kinda want to save my condemned experiments for modifications of my own. Need 10, have 9. And a specimen. That's it. Collect the Baroness's mysterious equipment. Thanks to your contribution, the work is complete. The energetic mechanic beams as a group of straining engineers wheel it in. It looks like a bathysphere, a large globe of iron and bronze wood, just big enough to hold 2 people prepared to be exceedingly candid with one another. It has countless layers of plating and reinforcement, and its surface is engraved with luminous sigils. There is a detached crane and a cable. The sigils were my own addition, the mechanic confides. They roughly translate as an inexorable return to the point at which one began. Whatever you're going into, they should increase the odds of getting out again. You had the bathysphere loaded onto your engine, and lost all my experimental modifications. Okay, regular Portsmouth Arsenal. What do you have as far as experimental devices go? Bridge slot, 45 veils. Hold and quarters by 4. Rossetti cabins, hearts 25, armor and quarters, bleh. Crew containment, plating slot, veil 65, so probably not going to use it, and just more quarters. Everything here is armor and quarters. Where's the cool stuff? Armor and hold, the mighty pen, defensive library system, a pneumatic library staffed by its own rat librarian, armed with many tactical tomes. But it's auxiliary. Auxiliary for only armor 5 and hold 4. Mechanical Turk. Holds 1, hidden compartments. Proserpina, superior mining array. Also increases hold. Maybe. Carmilla, a cannery, mounted on the bridge. That increases armor. Meh. The mining thing is the only thing that interests me. So what about over at the workshops? The truly experimental thing. But first, the Tinker wants me to find a sigil, either in Pan, the Traitor's Wood, or the Most Serene Mausoleum. They've all got an example of correspondence, but you only need 1, so you might as well just go to the Most Serene Mausoleum, pick it up, come back. Visit the arsenal for something special, so I can't get the really cool stuff till I stop by the mausoleum first. Alright. But I got the bathysphere and plenty of fuel. And the port report. Clockwork Sun will make 3. And will also give a chance to swap out my officers, because I'm pretty sure it's irons. Guns and irons. Unless it's veils. I assume it's irons, but it's been a while. that's weird. Accidentally started the slowdown process, and in doing so, kinda cut the heat in half. I wonder if that's a visual bug, or if the heat really is cut in half now. Burritos loom. Thought I might get lucky and miss all 3 batches. You see what I mean? By just putting some outline on the text makes it so much more readable in areas that are especially bright. Like this, for the past 3 years of sunless skies, if there was any flavor text that popped out, you just weren't going to read it. It was impossible. Port report. With no strength of the sun, engineers flock to you. You need to tell London what's happening up here, they say. Tell them to send more engineers, send resources, send help, something, anything. They list a litany of recent faults, a broken cog, a snapped belt, unpredictable flares. More engineers swallowed by the light are vitrified. And every morning, the sun has been taking longer and longer to reach full incandescence. You know who doesn't have this problem? The Empyrean does not have this problem. Glass house 4, the half glass empty. Tales of Terror. He needs just what, 3 ministry permits? So easy enough. And now I have a glass man as a passenger. More munitions, dang. Maybe I should sell some to the Parliament, except I cancelled that prospect, didn't I? I did. Oh well, plenty of second chances. So who's irons? They're just all mirrors. Irons. Veils and mirrors. Irons. Hearts, irons, just 2 irons. Oh. And then hold. Fine. Rats I gotta keep, because I need those extra hearts, otherwise. Giving me 5114, 216, 4714. And should be someplace out of here. What'd I pick up? Just fuel? Or is it guns? 12 guns with me. And 7 fuel. Sorry, guns. Found nothing. The only something is here then. Pulse drop deep. Even has the mushrooms on it. Whatever this place was intended to be, its inhabitants are long gone. The entire building seethed with overgrown vines burrowed deep into the foundations, and climbing high enough to smother the roof in an inescapable embrace. Escort the driver. The driver follows a trail of fungal vines deep into the bowels of the building, stopping at a bulbous mass that takes up much of what was originally a cellar. They approach it, letting its thorns rise up, wrap around them, and draw blood. "I'm here to take you home," the driver tells it, though it seems unlikely the verdant fragment has any interest in something as simplistic as human speech. The driver winces as it digs its thorns in deeper. When it finally lets go, the driver looks miserable. "It won't come with us," they force out, wincing at the sting of fresh iodine on their wounds. It prizes its freedom too much to give up and just become part of its primogeniture. I don't know what to do. "Well, driver, lucky for us, threaten the verdant fragment. It fears death. Your locomotive is loaded with it, with 11 crates of munitions." Failed, but that's fine. A round of shots into the verdant's fleshier mounds proves ineffective. It withdraws its vines, wrapping the central core for protection. The driver looks uncomfortable. Try again later. It's later. The verdant fragment may or may not understand words, but a quick round of shots with the train into its fleshier mounds makes the point pretty carefully. It withdraws its vines. The driver steps forward with a knife, carefully severing the central core from the rest. Together, they are carried onto the train, ready to be delivered to the nature reserve. And a fresh 2,000 experience. Driver, what's next? How are they coping with their verdancy or pointed questions? If your locomotive has suffered significant damage, you can't do this when you have more than 23 hull. Alright, so nothing new. Maybe I should crash on purpose, just to reduce the hull enough. Terrors, 47%. There's nothing terrifying about 47. I keep thinking that I'm hearing a weft of time, but it's just my engines. When they did that small startup noise, I think slowing down for half a second. Because I'm pretty sure that fixing wefts in time also gives Ministry gratitude. But it's been ages, so I can't tell if that's correct, or if I'm just mushing memories together. Tackety Liberator all the way out here. Go for a lone Liberator. Liberate those work worlds all by your lonesome. Two Tacketies out here? Is this a Tackety invasion of London? Because if so, they have my full support. And they really are right outside London, too. I mean, technically, I guess this does count as Orm's World area. Around the Royal Society slice. And I have seen them pop up around the Royal Society more than anything. Maybe just goes to show that the Tacketies really are the more intellectual choice with the stovepipes. Because pretty sure the only dreadnoughts I've seen around the Clockwork Sun are deranged type and guest types. Wait, why is my heat only on half? Yeah, see that? It's only like... That could be a visual thing. 61% chance of crew quarter cargo, or tear reduction. Cargo is tempting, and the glorious dreadnoughts have cool stuff, but I think terror for now. Quench the light. Y'all got any more of those terror reducing glorious dreadnoughts? Oh, that's all my help. Oh no. They do have one of my whole solo. It's 18, we could talk to the driver now. Your locomotive has suffered significant damage. Is it the driver being more incautious, and not me getting into bad fights? You find them in the cargo hold, listening to the groans of the straining hull. The driver's scar crooks around an intrigued half-smile. Their eyes are blue and bright. Taking your hand, they place it on the plating, and you feel the steel shiver. That's the sky, they say, just an inch away. You recognize the look in their eyes. It's the same appraising, resolute look you've seen when they know a maneuver is risky, but they've decided to do it anyway. Back to work, or a passionate assignation. I don't think any of this has to do with their verdancy issue. Assignation for the content. In the sky, you're only ever one bad choice from death. You should all make the most of the moments you're given. Dude, that huge tear reduction from like what, 30 or 40 something to 11%? Your encounter was hurried and illicit, concealed behind crates of cargo. When a crewman enters a hold, you pause, fingers on one another's lips. You adjust your balance so the driver